his client has two state offers.
I have to let the phone call know.
Attorney Ogletree.
Yes.
Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
Unfortunately, I just recognized that two of your clients' charges are state charges, and we only got the offer from the city. So we're trying to call the state right now.
Hold on. Did I give you the right case? Because he should only have 2 tickets. Did I give you Mosley?
No.
Who was that?
Oh, maybe not, counsel. This is Mendez. That's not your client. Yours is Mosby. Whatever I said, ignore that. I apologize. I got your wrong file in front of me.
No problem.
Okay. You have Mosby, yes. Antoine
Correct.
Mosby.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Mosby.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I need you to turn the camera on, sir.
I'm trying. Hold on, I'll call you back.
All right, that's what I need. I need you to raise your right hand, state your full name.
Antoine Mosby.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the complete truth?
Yes.
All right, you may lower your hand, sir. Mr. Mosby, you have ticket number U63496822, the People versus Antoine. I believe you said Anton. Antoine. How do you pronounce your first name, sir?
Antoine.
Okay. Mosby, Mosby. You also have, on that charge, sir, you are charged with a misdemeanor for exhibiting a replica of a firearm, a replica or facsimile. You also have SP 13826681, fraudulent or fake insurance, or false insurance. And lastly, sir, you have ticket number SP 13826682. No insurance, that's a misdemeanor as well. Counsel, your appearance?
Aaron Ocean, about for Mr. Mosley. Mr. Mosley, state your name.
Your P number, sir, for
69167.
All right, Mr. Mosley's already put his name on the record. How are we going to proceed today, counsel?
So, since the counsel has put forth an offer, he was to develop himself with the offer. So the offer is in regards to the U ticket, U63496822, delayed sentence of 12 months, and then the balance will be dismissed. The other
Very
two
well. All righty. So so if you just put it in plain language for the record, the U ticket, the U63496822, is the exhibit, the replica or facsimile of a firearm. You've indicated the offer is your client pled to that as charged, they would be offered a 12-month delayed sentence. Mr. Mosby, I'm sure counsel has already told you this. That just simply means that you plead today. And in 12 months, if you have not picked up any additional cases, and if you have paid your fine that I'm going to give you today, which is going to be $225, if you've paid the $225, picked up no new cases, this matter would be dismissed and it would not be on your record. Additionally, the other two matters that you're charged with for today would be dismissed today. Is that what you understand, sir?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Mosby, you understand you don't have to plead to anything. You can go to trial on these matters. If you went to trial, the people would have to present evidence. Evidence would have to rise to a level of proof beyond a reasonable doubt before a judge or a jury could find you guilty. In other words, sir, if the evidence doesn't rise to proof beyond a reasonable doubt, the verdict must be not guilty. You understand that, sir?
Yes.
By pleading today, you would not go to trial. This matter would be resolved today by pleading to one case, which would be dismissed in 1 year and not be on your record. That's what you want to do, sir?
Yes.
And you're pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
Or are you pleading? Okay. All right, Mr. Mosby, on the date of, counsel, can I just use the ticket for a factual basis?
Yes.
Okay. On the date, sir, of September 30th of 2022, in the area of, where area was this? Stockton and Healy in the city of Detroit. At that time, sir, did you have a model or a mock-up of something that appeared to be a real firearm?
Yes.
All right. And you were out in public with that. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
All right. The court finds you guilty as charged on that matter, sir. On 12 months from today's date, we're going to, let's see, do I have dates? Yeah. I could just give them the date for yesterday. All right, so 12 months from today,
Next year.
all right. November the 1st, sir, of 2024. On that date, if you've not picked up any additional cases, as I indicated, and your fine is paid, I'm not going to give you 12 months to pay $225. So I will give you 60 days. 60 days, you have that paid within 60 days. In 12 months, we're going to revisit this issue. If no other cases, this matter will be dismissed. Mr. Mosby, you are not required to come back on that date. But you are welcome if you choose to. If you just want to hear me say this matter is dismissed, you are welcome to come back on the date I just gave you, sir. You got that?
Yeah.
All right. All right, sir. You're all set. You have to pay that amount. Actually, I'm going to give you 90 days to pay it. That would be January 31st, 2024. So you got 90 days. That doesn't mean wait and pay it on that day. That means pay it anytime on or before. So, or you could even break it up. If you want to pay $20 here, $30 here, however you want it to pay it, sir, as long as the entire amount is paid on by January 31st, 2024. All right. Counsel, is there anything else we need to discuss?
No, not really. But just for clarification, in terms you say no other cases, something like a basic speed ticket, something like that, that won't result in a violation.
No, sir. A civil infraction is not going to be held against him, but a criminal matter, a misdemeanor can.
Thank you.
And it doesn't mean it's going to be automatic. We'll review it on that date, but it's not. If he's picked up nothing else, it's automatically dismissed. It's going to be automatically dismissed. All right.
Thank you.
Set.
All right. All right, Mr. Mosby, you're all set. Good luck to you. Stay safe, sir.
All right, take care. All right.
Your Honor.
Yes.
I had tickets for him. Did they? What happened? They just all got dismissed.
No. Yes, the prosecutor made an offer that if he pled to one, the other two matters would be dismissed.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right.
Oh, and APA, Whiskey, if you wanted to speak to Attorney Jenkins in the breakout room, you have the free to do so. I believe Attorney Jenkins that one of the defendants, Mendez, has 2 state charges.
Okay.
Okay.
Is Ms. Jenkins in the main session right now?
Yes,
That's what she indicated to me.
I'm here.
How are you?
I see
How
you.
are you, Ms. Jenkins?
Good,
Want to
how
go
are
into
you?
a breakout room?
Sure, but is that okay with the judge?
Oh, you know what? That's what those rooms are for attorneys
Okay.
and prosecutors to go and do a little battle outside the presence of the judge.
Okay. You know, I did have one client I mean, all my clients are ready to go on the record, but there's one client I keep losing, and he said that his I think I lost him. I don't see him actually. It was
Okay.
Kenneth
speaking of-
Martin. Kenneth Martin.
Yeah, I don't see him out here,
Yeah.
Okay.
but that's fine. We'll deal with it.
Yeah.
Come back.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Let's deal with the people that we have.
Okay.
And all right. Do you need assistance?
So you guys can go into room 3. There's no one in there. They both have co-host power, so.
Thank you.
Room 3?
Okay.
All right, I'm going there right now. Thank you.
Attorney Kowinski, when you come out, I do have a question for you, sir. Was that other case that I just talked? Oh, that was Mendez that has the 2 state charges that were not addressed in the plea offer.
Yeah, that's why going into the breakout room to talk.
Oh, they're gonna talk about that case. I didn't know which
That's
one they were
fine.
gonna talk about. Okay. Okay.
Hello, Tana Jenkins is back.
Good to go. Is there anybody in particular you want to call first? Attorney?
Mr. Miller has not signed back in, it looks like. Is that right?
No, Mr.
I mean,
Miller is
Mr.
here.
I'm sorry, I meant Mr. Martin.
No, Mr. Martin hasn't checked back in yet. So Mr. Miller is here.
Oh, why don't we do Mr. Miller then?
All right, Mr. David Eugene Miller. Got you there. Your camera is on. Your mic is unmuted. Raise your right hand and state your full name, sir.
W. J. Miller II.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the complete truth?
Yes, sir.
You may lower your hand, Mr. Miller. Mr. Miller, you have ticket number P1485126. The People versus David, David Miller, Miller II. Mr. Miller, you have 2 counts on your that you're charged with. The first one is no insurance. That's a misdemeanor. The second one is a civil infraction for improper lane usage. The people have indicated, sir, that if you were so inclined and you wanted to take advantage of the offer today, that they would reduce the improper lane usage. And that is, let me check one thing for you, sir. The improper lane usage is a 3-point ticket. Let me double check that. Yeah. Actually, there's 2 impropers. One is a 2-point ticket, one is a 3-point ticket. But in any event, the people have indicated that if you would so inclined and you want to plead today, they would amend and reduce that charge to blockading, which is a non-moving violation, no ticket, no charges, strike that, no points at all, 0 points. And the other charge of no insurance, the misdemeanor, would be dismissed as well. Do you understand the offer, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you want to take advantage of that, or do you want to go to trial and formal hearing on these matters?
As long as I don't have no points, I'm fine with it.
Okay, well, sir, I have to ask because this is your decision to make. And I've already indicated that the reduction has no points with it. So you want to take advantage of that. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, sir. I want to take advantage of it, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Miller, you understand you do have, and I have to go through this, you understand you do have a right to have a trial on this matter. If you went to trial, the people would have to prove the case against you. If the evidence doesn't rise to the level of proof beyond a reasonable doubt, the verdict must be not guilty. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Are you pleading guilty of your own free will, Mr. Miller?
Very much so, Your Honor.
Pardon me?
Very much so, Your Honor. Yes,
okay.
Sir.
Oh, okay. All right. That's fine. We don't have the best connection, so I had a hard time hearing that. And you're pleading guilty because you are guilty, sir?
Yes, I am guilty.
All right. Mr. Miller, on the date of August the 1st of this year, 2023, were you in the area of Schaefer and Eaton driving a motor vehicle, sir?
Yes, sir.
The officer wrote you a ticket. He said that there was improper lane usage. What occurred there that caused him to write that ticket, sir?
Your Honor, be frank with you, I really don't know.
Okay. All right.
He lost my wallet. He left my wallet on the car. I had to get all new everything.
All right. So, well, let me ask it a different way, Mr. Miller. When the officer approached you, did he tell you why he was stopping you?
Yeah, exactly what he said.
What did he say?
Improper land use.
Okay, but you didn't know what that meant. You didn't ask, well, what did I do?
I didn't recognize I had. I recognized I did. Yeah, I did it. I did it.
What was it, sir? I need to know what it was that you did.
I didn't put my blinker on when I merged over.
Okay. All right, sir. Court of finding you guilty of the amended and reduced charge, I'm sorry, not guilty, responsible of the amended and reduced charge of improper lane usage. All right, Mr. Miller, your fine for this is $175, Mr. Miller. But there are no points to go with it. The bad thing about it, sir, is with criminal matters, I can give you time to pay. With civil infractions, the state requires it to be paid within 14 days.
14 days.
That's not me, sir. That's the state. That's what the state demands.
Oh, that's very much. It's going to be impossible for me to pay that in 14 days, sir.
Well, just try to get it done, sir, and
I
hope. All right. All right. The other matter is dismissed, sir. Again, this is a civil infraction, so it's not a criminal. It's not a criminal case.
All
right. All right. Good luck to you. Do you know how and where to pay, sir?
Do I know how to?
Where and how to pay?
Oh, yeah. The kiosk machine or come to
yep.
the court.
Yep. You can do it on the kiosk. You know what? On that kiosk or that DivDat, you can actually download that to your phone or your device. Go to the App Store or something. Or if you go out to the court website, it'll tell you how to add that to your device. So you can just do it. You don't even have to go to a machine. You can just do it on your phone.
I just have a problem. I ain't gonna probably be able to do nothing but $100 in 14 days, though, Your Honor.
Well, like I said, sir, I can't control that, but you do what you can.
Thank you, sir.
All right. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Sir. Very much, Your Honor.
Bye, Mr. Miller.
Council next one.
Dominique McElrath?
All right. I believe, is that McElrath?
McElrath.
McElrath. Okay. All right, ma'am. I need you to sit up. You're in court. So I need you to raise your right hand and state your full name.
Dominique Lynette McElrath.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the complete truth?
Yes, sir.
All right. You may lower your hand, Ms. McElrath. Ms. McElrath, you have ticket number P1407885, the People versus Dominique, DOMINIQUE, McElrath, MCELRATH. Ms. McElrath, you have 3 counts under this ticket number. They are all civil infractions. Count 1 is improperly tinted windows. Count 2 is no receipt or unsigned registration. And count 3 is a violation of basic speed law, driving in an unsafe manner. You also have ticket number P1409816. You have, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. This is just a, wait a minute. It's the exact, all right. Nope, it's, let me check out and see what we got going on here. On this ticket, you have 3 civil infractions: tinted or improper windows, no receipt or unsigned registration, and disobeying a lawful order of a police officer. Let's see here, what do we have? In those 6 minutes, they wrote you 2 tickets, with most of the charges being a duplicate, except for 1 additional charge of disobeying a lawful order. Now, let's see. There's no way that an officer can write you 2 tickets 5 minutes apart, 4 minutes apart, for the same charges: tinted windows, unsigned registration, and disobeying a lawful order of police officer. Now that one charge is different. Um, really? All
Your Honor,
right,
this
ma'am.
is,
Go ahead.
sorry. Your Honor, this is a situation where my client is of the firm opinion that she was stopped without probable cause and quite possibly the subject of racial profiling. We're asking for a new date with an eye on trial.
Okay, we can do that. You've not considered the offer though, where the people are basically dismissing everything except the one speeding charge?
I did speak with my client regarding the offer and she does have video of the interaction and she would like to go to trial.
Okay, well, all right, counsel, what type of trial does she want to have? Jury or bench?
Jury.
Okay. Did you have a discussion with counsel about that at all, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I apologize for that.
That's not a problem. All right. Unfortunately, ma'am, our jury trials are pushed way out. So this is not being done to punish you at all. But what happens is we have 30 judges in this building and we don't have enough room to have jury trials every day or enough people to do jury trials every day. So we get a block, each judge gets a block of dates. My next jury trial is not until May the 14th. I just gotta be upfront with you, ma'am.
Oh, okay. That's understandable.
Okay, all right. Just so you know a bit, go ahead, counsel.
I'm sorry, Judge, if I could be heard on this matter.
Yes.
Good morning, Sydney Rogers for the people, P82072. I do see that the defendant does have one misdemeanor count that of course she has a right to a jury trial on, but she has six civil infractions that she does not have a right to a jury trial on. So are we going to just run the formal hearing with the jury trial?
All right, but I've got to be upfront with you, Madam Prosecutor. I don't like this. I don't like it at all. In those 4 minutes, he wrote 4 charges that are duplicate charges. You got 4 minutes apart, you wrote tenant windows on 2 different tickets. 4 minutes apart, you wrote no registration on site and on the same count at the same stop. You wrote this. This is not possible. And certainly I would be very, very suspect of anything this officer does. So, you know, this is all overcharged. It is wrong just based on its face.
Yes, thank you, Judge. I'll look at the discovery and speak to the officer regarding this matter.
Judge.
Yes.
FYI, she's already set for a jury trial.
All right. All right. I'm not sure why we're here today because Madam Clerk is telling me we already have you scheduled for a jury trial.
They were scheduled for a final pretrial to decide whether, I guess.
This is the final pretrial today. I didn't have that in front of me.
The jury, yeah, it's on the document.
No, I'm just saying the file I have doesn't
and then,
have it.
The jury trial is set for November 28th, which is Tuesday.
Yep, I do see that. She does have a jury trial scheduled for November the 28th at this time, Ms. Rogers.
Great, thank you, Judge.
This is the final pre-jury trial date to make sure that it's still set to go so we can have the jurors in.
Okay, does she have court-appointed counsel?
I don't know. Ms. McElray.
Yeah.
Has an agency contacted you to appoint an attorney for you?
No, I haven't even heard about the November 28th court date.
Well, ma'am, you would have had to because last time you were here, I put that on the record. So I'm just looking at my notes now. I didn't see that when I first called you. I didn't look at my notes. So when we gave you this date, we also give you the jury trial date. This is the date a week before the jury trial, just to make sure that it's still going. So we can make sure that the jurors are still coming. So, but Ms. Rogers, are you well, I don't know where we go. I just, there are some things that I might even take from the jury if I see something that I believe is improper. So
Well, I have to review the discovery and the tickets,
Yeah.
but looking at the docket, the only thing that the jury will be deciding is the officer signal case.
Yep. Yep, there are all other civil infractions, so I would be deciding all of those. The jury would only be listening to the disobey a lawful order of a police officer. And that's where I'm saying I have some concerns with the actions of the officer. So and there's no way you can do a stop and write multiple tickets for the same thing. I mean, there's exact same charges at the exact same stop, just 4 minutes apart. 6 minutes apart.
I'll have to speak to the officer. Sometimes when things like this happen, it's clerical mistakes that the tickets were entered, especially the civil infractions, more than once since they are the same charge and they're a few minutes apart. A lot of times this is done by an e-ticket system in the scout car.
All right. Except there's one different charge on it. So any event, all right, Miss McElroy, basically what happens I don't think we're gonna have a jury trial because we don't have an attorney scheduled for you. So we're gonna have to give you a new date and make sure that the attorney, you have an attorney signed to you. You not been contacted by an attorney, ma'am?
No, sir.
27 days, I can fill out the form now.
Well, all right. Well, so we didn't do this a week apart like normal? Yes, you're right. All right. All right. So your jury trial is 27 days from today. What we're going to do is see what we're going to need for you. House Attorney Jenkins.
Yes, Your Honor.
What we're going to need from you is to get information from her telephone number, her email address, and her home address, so we can contact the agency and make sure that they get her an attorney assigned.
Very well, Your Honor. I'll make sure that happens.
Let me ask you this first, Ms. McElroy. Are you in a financial position to hire your own attorney?
No, sir.
Okay, all right. Then we'll get you an attorney, ma'am. So, but they don't work for the courts. They're not here. What we'll do is we'll get your information, we'll send it to them, and then they'll have an attorney contact you. So we need to have your contact information to send to the agency that assigns attorneys. So Attorney Jenkins, if you can go to a breakout room or something with her and just get her telephone number, email address, and home address so we can have the attorney contact her.
Thank you. I'll do that right now. Ms. McElrath, I will meet you back in breakout room 2.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Ms. Rogers, I know that's something we obviously will have to try to get very quickly, so we don't have to order a jury panel if this case is gonna, if that's not a clerical error and it's.
I will send an email to our paralegal right now to get all the discoveries to figure out what's going on with us.
Okay.
Does the court have the actual tickets or is it just ROAs?
No, we have the tickets.
Okay, great.
All right. Just surprised. I don't know. It must have been one of those situations where as soon as we called the case, they said they wanted a trial, and we just did that and didn't do a little examination of how the charges are structured. So.
She originally had a trial, an actual trial on July the 13th. And on July the 13th, she decided she didn't want a regular trial. She wanted a jury trial.
Oh, she had a trial scheduled, right?
She had a trial scheduled on July the 13th.
Yeah.
And on July the 13th, she decided she didn't want a regular bench trial.
Yeah.
And they told her she couldn't have a jury trial that day because she needed a court-appointed attorney.
And we couldn't get a jury trial that quickly. We couldn't get jurors that quickly anyway. So we didn't have our docket scheduled for a jury trial today, so we couldn't have done it that day. If you got a last-minute request, it cannot happen. So in any event. All right, so.
Your Honor,
Yes.
is Ms. McElrath free to leave? Or would you like her back on the record? I do have the information requested.
No, we're gonna, I'll just bring her back in and tell her what's going on.
Thank you. She's returned to the session.
All right, Ms. McElrath.
Yeah.
All right, we still
Yes.
have you scheduled for a jury trial on the date of November 28th. So you'll come here at November 28th at 9 a.m. But in the interim, an attorney should contact you. Attorney Jenkins is going to provide us with the information to send to the organization that can contact you for a jury trial. So if all goes well, you'll be here at 8:30 on November the 28th for
Okay.
your jury trial. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Good luck to you, man.
Good luck, ma'am.
You can sign off, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, counsel, next case.
Thank you, Your Honor. We can do Delia Mendez. Your Honor, Ms. Mendez is here for an order to show cause.
Did we lose the state prosecutor? There are two charges that were state charges. I know the state was
Your
here.
Honor.
Yes,
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to overtalk you.
you didn't. Go ahead.
Okay. I did have an opportunity, Tanya Jenkins, HCP 82663, on behalf of Delia Mendez. I did have an opportunity to speak with Prosecutor Kowinski, and he has consented to my request for a new date in this matter.
All right.
And then I'd also request that the order to show cause be set aside, that she stand mute, and the personal bond be continued.
Okay. Now my question is, he's consenting to a adjournment or a new trial date, but did he make an offer for the two state charges? We had offers from the city for their three charges, but we had no offer from the state for the two charges. So we can at least present Ms. Mendez with what the people are offering, even if she doesn't want to take it, but we just still have to tell her what the people are offering. So we'll just try to call him back first, and once we get an offer, if she doesn't want that, then we will just go ahead and set it. But I want the offer to be on the record as well.
Okay. Well, the city's offer was to plead to the failure to report an accident, 6 points, and so that was
let's see.
rejected.
All right. All righty then. So that's all been, the one has been rejected, all of it is rejected. So very well. We want to have a trial, correct, counsel?
Yes, a bench trial.
A bench trial. All right, let me put this on the record. Miss, is it Delia Mendez?
Yes, sir.
Could you please raise your right hand and state your full name?
Delia Mendez.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the complete truth, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
You may lower your hand. Ms. Mendez, you have ticket number SP 149-07263. The People versus Delia, Delia Mendez, Mendez. Ms. Mendez, you charged with one count of failed to report an accident. You also have SP 1490871, no insurance. SP 1490725, disregarding a red or amber signal. And you have SP 1490726, leave the scene of an accident, property damage. And lastly, there's SP 1490726, failed to provide info regarding accident. All right, now. All right, counsel, this ticket kind of confuses me, but hey, we can deal with it at or before trial if there's any type of motions. I'm looking at it and it says failed to report an accident and no insurance and disregarding a red or amber signal and leaving the scene of an accident. I've got to wonder, how did all of these charges come about if the police weren't there? And if the police were there, then there is the position and time to report an accident. I mean, I don't know how the officer can say that the person read a red light and they failed to have insurance and all of these things that would kind of indicate to me that the officer was there. So, that's confusing to me, but I guess that's something we'll figure out. You said that she wants a bench trial. The bench trial will be on January the 17th. Well, that was yesterday's date. Is it going to still be that date, Madam Clerk? Madam Clerk? Madam Clerk? I still got old dates. Is it going to be the same date for jury trial? I mean, for a bench trial? As the one I had yesterday?
What's the date, 117?
Yes.
Your Honor, I do understand the points or the issues raised by the court. It's my understanding, however, that it's possible the officer wasn't at the scene and the driver of the car was not.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure how that can happen, counsel, because the driver of the other car cannot, well, I don't know. We'll see. If we have a trial, we'll see. If it makes sense to me then we'll go that way. If it doesn't make sense, we'll go. My rulings will follow what is wherever it is. If it's proof beyond a reasonable doubt, or if something gives me doubt, then I will obviously state that on the record when I make my decision. But I've just never seen anything like this where that kind of detail is coming from something, and then they say, well, you know, person was there and they left, and the officer write tickets for things that they would have to have some kind of detail, and they may have something. I just not seen anything like that before. So, all right, did you give me the?
It said 118.
119?
18.
118. All right, Ms. Mendez, we have you set for a bench. We have you set for a bench trial. It's going to be on Zoom. You'll come back out here the same way you came today on 118 at 9 a.m. If you have anyone that will be a witness in your case, you give them the same information so they could come out here. The first thing you have to do and they have to do is let me know that they are that you have witnesses, and let me know their names so I can look for people and try to make a determination who's there for their own case and who's there who would be a witness. I don't know any witnesses. All the defendants, I'll have them on a list, but I won't know who witnesses are, so you have to let me know. Additionally, they have to, if you have witnesses, they have to call in on Zoom from a separate location than you. You cannot be in a position where you could talk to your witnesses while you're in trial. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So we'll see you on November January. I'm struggling today, ma'am. You know, some days you have those days. January the 18th at 9 a.m.
Okay, same Zoom number, sir?
Yes. This courtroom, same Zoom number.
Okay.
And make sure your two witnesses have the Zoom information too, okay?
Yep, and you want their names that day, or
now.
Oh, I just need them on that date. When you come out here, let me know you have witnesses and give me their name. Now, ma'am, there's something that's, I don't need to tell you what a legal term is for res just eyewitness. These witnesses have to be able to testify to something that they were a witness to themselves, not what they heard or just come out and say, well, I know she's a good person and I know she wouldn't have done that. Those are not witnesses, okay? Those character
Correct.
witnesses, but that's not what we'll be doing. A res just eyewitness is someone who could testify to what happened factually on that particular day, which means they would have had to be there. All right?
On that particular day.
Yes, ma'am. If you had a
Okay.
witness to say that you weren't speeding or you weren't doing something, they would have had to be there to see it, to know that, not what you may have told them. All right?
Or that
Yes.
you sold the car and they witnessed the sale of the car.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Anything that will be a factual situation. That's all I'm saying. All right. We'll see you on that date, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
And I received that information, Attorney Jenkins, thank you.
Oh, thank you, Madam Clerk.
Oh, what do we have next, counsel?
I'm not sure if I'm saying her name correctly. Dacia Manier. This would
That's
be a
what it looks
plea.
like to me.
Thank you.
But we will have her school us in the exact pronunciation
It's
of her name.
Daisha
Miss
Manier.
Daisha what?
Manier.
Manier. Okay. All right, ma'am. You turned your camera on. Thank you so much for that. Please raise your right hand and state your full name.
Daisha Manier.
Right. Do you swear or affirm to tell the complete truth?
Yes.
You may lower your hand, ma'am. Miss Manier, you have ticket number P1467389, the People versus Dacia, DACIA, Manier, MANIER. Ms. Manier, on this count, you have, on this ticket number, you have 2 counts. Count 1 is a misdemeanor for driving while license suspended. Count 2 is a civil infraction for careless driving. You also have ticket number SP150247071, allowing an unlicensed driver to operate a motor vehicle. That is a misdemeanor as well. And lastly, ma'am, you have SP150247072, no insurance. That is a misdemeanor. Counsel?
Your Honor, I've had an opportunity to speak with sister counsel and Ms. Manier regarding resolution of this case. The matter was set for trial. However, she would like to resolve with a plea of speeding 6 to 10 on ticket ending 892 in exchange for dismissal of tickets ending in the remaining tickets.
Dismissal of the careless driving charge, yes. Correct?
And the remaining tickets, yes.
Yes, all the other tickets. So, in other
Yes.
words, ma'am, you would get a reduction on the speeding charge or the careless driving charge, and the reduce that from careless driving to driving 6 to 10 over the speed limit. Careless driving carries 3 points, and the 6 to 10 over the speed limit carries 2 points, but the other 3 matters would be dismissed. Is that
Okay.
what you understand? Is that what you understand, Ms. Manier?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. All right. Ms. Manier, you understand that I did go over your rights with you, or you did swear to tell the complete truth. You understand by pleading guilty, you give up your right to have a trial?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty, ma'am?
Yeah.
Okay. I only asked you that question, ma'am, because often I have people come to court that says, I want to plead guilty. I'm not guilty, but I want to plead guilty because I just want to get this over with. This is a court of justice, not a court of convenience. That would be a court of convenience. You just want to do it to get it over with. But that's why I have to ask, are you pleading? In this case, it's not guilty because that is not a misdemeanor charge. That is a civil infraction. So you'd be pleading responsible. You understand that?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. All right. And you plead responsible of your own free will. Is that correct, Ms. Manier?
Yes.
Ms. Manier, on the date of the right charge here. On the date of June the 20th of 2023, this year, approximately 12:45 p.m., were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit, more specifically in the area of Harper Avenue and Cadieux?
Yes.
Were you stopped by the police, ma'am?
Yes.
The officer indicated that, all right, you were driving. He said, the officer said he paced you at 40 miles per hour in a 30-mile-per-hour zone. He also indicated that you were one-handed driving and you swerved to avoid striking another vehicle at a light. He termed that to be careless. I guess I shouldn't play poker because my face is telling you everything I think about this. So, counsel? Counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, that's the factual basis. I'm actually having a hard time based on what's written on the ticket saying that would be careless driving, but.
Me too, but.
I understand, Your Honor. There were other tickets though, driving suspended license, and so.
But my license are back.
It was suspended at the time of the incident.
But the court's policy and based on the city attorney and the state attorney, that if a person has resolved their issues and they're now compliant with the law, those matters would be dismissed, and I can actually do that right now, and the charges would be we could do it all at one time. We can do it at the time of the trial, though. Actually,
Your Honor,
let me go ahead, counsel.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, you didn't. Go ahead. What do you have to say?
I could propose that we go off the record with the city attorney to discuss.
Ms. Rogers is still here. Ms. Rogers.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Ma'am, do you also have insurance now?
I do have insurance. Only reason he gave me a no insurance ticket because my insurance thing was not in the car. I have insurance, everything. My insurance don't expire to November 25th.
That's fine, man. I'm just asking if you have insurance. So you have insurance, that charge would be dismissed. You said you have a valid driver's license. Is that correct?
I do.
All right. So Ms. Rogers, that would be dismissed as well, correct?
If she has a valid license, that's correct. Yes.
Yes. All right. All right. So that would just leave the careless driving and allowing an unlicensed driver to operate a motor vehicle. The careless driving, Ms. Rogers, I think maybe you want to talk to the officer before we have this trial, because his notes indicate the person was charged with careless driving because they were one-handed driving and they swerved to avoid an accident.
That don't even make sense.
I'm not talking to you, okay? So
I can speak to the officer and we can do the formal hearing. That's no problem. The offer is based on the remarks on the ticket and the defendant's driving record.
Okay, yeah, but I'm saying that's the remarks on the ticket that the person he said he paced him at 40 and a 30, so I understand that. But the one-handed driving, I quite honestly don't know anybody who drives with two hands on the steering wheel since the advent of power steering. So, I don't think I've driven down the street and looked over and saw somebody like this with their hands on the wheel.
Right. No, I understand.
I know I should be stopped every day if there's a statute that says you have to have both hands on the wheel, and your determination that that's reckless because they did it. So,
well, here is only careless, which is a lower standard. It's a civil infraction.
I get that, but like I said, I honestly don't know a single person that drives with two hands on their wheel since And I'm old enough to be around when people were driving without power steering, and it actually took two hands to turn. So, but I don't know anybody that does that with today's modern vehicle.
I'll get
Perhaps-
the discovery and over to defense.
Thank
All
you.
right, all
Perhaps the prosecutor would consider dismissing the careless and allowing an amended charge on the unlicensed driver.
I mean, she can.
There's no amendment on the allowing, and based on the driving record, I cannot do that. But let me get the video, and we'll go from there.
All right, all right. Are we scheduled for a trial? Anything on this at this time? We can do it a couple of ways. We can set a trial date. We can set a pre-trial date. The prosecutor can get the video, take a look at it, make a determination what has occurred, and
Judge,
so
it's set for trial today, and the officer's here.
oh, set for trial today. All right, counsel, what do you want to do? We can do this trial.
I'm just working on getting the discovery over to defense.
All right, well, we'll take a break. Counsel, you get the discovery, you get the chance to review the discovery, you get a chance to talk back with Ms. Rogers, and we can determine how we're going to proceed from there. You obviously have to get all the discovery before you can, and talk with your client before you can go forward for trial. I have nothing else to do but handle this trial when you are ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Rogers, can we speak in breakout room 2?
Yes, meet
Thank
you
you.
there.
Judge, can I say something? I have a question that I don't understand.
You can talk to the attorney. I can't talk to you about your case.
Okay.
So that's why the attorney is there. When she comes back, she'll talk to you in a private breakout room where you can discuss that. So.
Am I needed in the breakout room or am I staying in the main room?
Ma'am, you are not in the breakout room yet. The attorney is going to take you in when she comes back.
Okay. Okay, I was just asking, am I needed in the breakout room or am I still staying in here?
No, when you're in the breakout room, if somebody else is in the room with you, you can talk to them. But if you're in the breakout room, you cannot be heard in the courtroom. So.
I'm sorry, Judge. That was the officer.
No, I see who I'm talking to. Thank you. All right. When you're in the breakout room, no, you can't be heard in the courtroom until we bring you back out.
Judge, I'll be right back. Can you give me 5 minutes?
4 minutes, something in between. No,
Okay.
take whatever time you need.
Okay.
Madam Court Reporter. I'm not gonna rush you. This is your personal time.
Thanks, I'll be right back.
Okay. You found you some food? Did you brought that or somebody brought it for you?
I already had it. It ain't nothing but a toaster strudel.
No, I didn't forget about you. Somehow or another, we just got kind of off track because I still want something.
Okay, I'm just hungry. I'm gonna be.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I just got off track. We can,
I'm back. Thank you.
okay, we got you.
It was like sleep out or something.
Attorney Rogers, are you still here? That was something else that I wanted to ask you in the breakout room, but I don't know where you had went.
Officer, she is still here, but her microphone is muted. She might be talking with someone else right now.
Okay.
morning, Your Honor. Just wanted to let you know Tana Jenkins is back with her client, Dacia Manier.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yes, I can tell when you come back in. We were just waiting for Miss Rogers to come back, Attorney
I'm back
Rogers,
too,
because
Judge.
yeah, I know I see you're back now, but the officer wanted to speak to you.
Oh, okay.
So I think she wants to talk to you in private, counsel, Attorney Rogers.
Added. I'll move her in a break room now. Thanks.
You still want to talk to? Oh well, you've done it. So.
Judge, the people are ready.
Very well. Counsel.
Thank you, Tana Jenkins, P82663. I've had an opportunity to speak with the prosecutor, Rogers. I've also had an opportunity to speak with my client extensively, and she would like to move forward with trial. She understands. Well, yes, she would like to move forward with trial.
That's fine. That is her right, and certainly that's what we're here for as a court. All right. All right, all the players are here. The witnesses is here. You know what? Let me just call the case. This is case number. Let's check it now. This is case number SP150247072. The People versus Dacia, DACIA Manier, MANIER, charged with a misdemeanor for no insurance. Ms. Manier also has SP150247071, allowing an unlicensed driver to operate a motor vehicle. P1467389, a misdemeanor for driving without a valid license or suspended license, and a civil infraction for careless driving. All right. Miss Assistant Prosecutor, I'm sorry, Assistant Corporation Counsel Rogers. Now, there was some sidebar discussion that was going on that involved status of driver's license and insurance and things of that nature. Now, certainly, these tickets are written that for an offense that was day specific. Ms. Manier has indicated for at least one charge, and I believe that charge was insurance, is that she had insurance at the date of the incident. I do believe she just did not have her documents on her at the time, but she's indicated she does have documents and she had it. And there was a driver's license suspended case, and I'm not sure if that was resolved at that time or she just resolved it later. Did the court have, does the prosecution have any, well, certainly if she had insurance on that date and time, that matter should be dismissed. With respect to resolving her driver's license in the interim or the time between the date of incident and today, that is a discretionary charge if the prosecutor wants to go forward with it. The other one was if she had no insurance on, if she had insurance on the date of, then that certainly should be dismissed. That would not be discretionary because she can show proof that she had it on that date.
Yes, Judge, that is correct. I have not seen any documents today, and I can review her SOS if she was suspended on the day in question. But the officer I've spoke to, and she reviewed her body cam and her notes, and she has record of that the defendant was suspended driving on the day in question. And just for the record, we could only proceed with 2 of the matters for trial today, as there's 4 matters in total, and 2 are set for pretrial. So the officer, of course, is not here. And then the other 2, the balance, the officer is here, and the people could proceed. We're still working on getting the body cam. We're downloading it now. Or we can adjourn these out and do all 4 matters at the same time, which I think is what defense is asking for.
It is.
Okay. All right, but let's go back to one step. The ticket SP150240072, the witness, the complainant, the defendant has indicated that she has insurance on that date. Miss Manir?
Yes.
You said you had insurance on that day. Can you at least show your documents on camera?
Yes, I can. I'm about to go get it right now at my car.
Okay.
Hold on, give me 1 second.
All right, ma'am. I would have thought you would have had that already since we talked about this, but go ahead, ma'am.
Okay.
Madam Clerk, do we have an SOS for?
If I did it, it would have been fine.
Yeah, you have it.
Your Honor, I just want to clarify for the record. My client would like to go forward with trial, but not until we've had an opportunity to review the discovery, which I do not. Okay.
No. That's my understanding of what what's going on. We certainly it would be we'd have a due process problem if you wouldn't have given an opportunity. Right. So
okay, here it is.
All right. Just hold it up to the camera, ma'am. Spotlight. Okay, you gotta hold it still. Effective looks like 6/23/2023. This ticket was
is that 6/23 or 5/23? I can't see.
It really wouldn't matter because the offense date was 9/23, so that would be before that date, and the expiration date is 11. Is that 11 something? Yes. So that would show that there was valid insurance on that particular date. So this matter would be dismissed and it would not be subject to a trial.
Judge, can I see what kind of car it was?
Okay. All right, man. Put your insurance up again.
Yes.
Let's see. I'm trying to. Last 4 is something 17.
Chevrolet Malibu.
Okay, thank you. That's what I have on the ROA. A 2018 Chevy.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
All right. So that matter is dismissed because you did have insurance on the date and time of the stop. So.
Yes, Judge. That still leaves one other count allowing an unlicensed driver to drive that was not noticed for trial today.
Oh, that wasn't?
Correct.
Okay. All right. So that would mean if there's not something worked out, you would have Ms. Manir, that was not scheduled for trial today. So if you don't have an offer on that, we would have to give you a second date for trial for that matter. Because the officers, if you was not scheduled for trial, that means the officers would not have been noticed. And certainly they can't just appear without any notice. So, all right. So the only things that would be scheduled for trial today, now let me see, what do we have? Ms. Rogers, which ones did we have scheduled for trial today? Let's see, that would be P1467389, driver or license suspended and careless driving. Those were the only two matters that were scheduled for trial today, correct?
That is correct.
Trial and formal hearing, because careless driving is a civil infraction, so that's that would be formal hearing. All right.
And the SOS says that the license was suspended on that day.
I haven't looked at that. Let's see, license was, because sometimes you got to go through a lot, because sometimes the license are suspended and then resolved and suspended again. So I have to figure out the exact date. This ticket was 6/20/2023. And, yep, it looked, nope, that's 23. This is 2020. Let's see.
Ms. Minier, can you please look at the chat?
It looks like the driver's, unless I'm reading this wrong, it looks like the license was valid on that date, but sometimes it's kind of unclear when you're bouncing around with the different judgments. Let's see.
It could be that the suspension did end, but if she didn't pay her reinstatement fees, the license will still be suspended.
No, I pay. I got my paperwork right here for my reinstatement and everything.
And okay.
Yeah, you had to pay it at some point because it's valid now. I'm just trying to see. It looks like
I wrote you back.
Eesh, I don't think he sent it to me.
all right.
I
It
don't know.
looks
It's not
like
letting me.
hold on, Miss Rogers. Like this ticket was suspended license. That ticket was written on June 20th of 2023. It looks like the license was not reinstated until August 9, 2023.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
And
Yeah,
just
license. Yes, who's
and it's
speaking?
this is Attorney Jenkins.
Okay.
And it's my understanding that the state, the people will go forward with the license suspended. So if it's determined that the license, sorry.
Oh, yes, they can do that. That is a courtesy that they will often extend when a person is prepared to take a offer, that if they have done whatever is required of them to have their license reinstated, they will dismiss that. But if they're going to trial, it is again a courtesy that they can extend, but it is not something that is by right happens. So
Yes.
sometimes Say if a person has taken the initiative to have their license restored and they're coming to court now, they will often do that. But if in fact they're going to trial or something, it's not a punishment. It's just that if in fact they're going to trial, they may as well just try the things for infractions or things that, you know, they could have taken care of earlier, but they didn't. So that's the prerogative of the people. So.
Okay, that's my
That's correct,
understanding
Judge.
as well. And after speaking with Attorney Rogers, it's my understanding that should this matter proceed to trial today or as soon as we get the discovery, the prosecutor, sister counsel does intend to go forward with the license suspended ticket.
Yes, she's indicated that again, that is appropriate. Again, that's the discretion of the people.
Yes, it is. And unfortunately, my offer can't be piecemealed. So if we're going to go to trial, which of course is in the defendant's right, it'll be both charges. And the offer, just for the record, once again, the offer is speed 6 to 10 on the careless driving, dismissal of the balance.
But I was never careless driving.
Okay, I understand. You can reject the offer. Let me see how our body cam is downloading. 1 second. Judge, unfortunately, the video still has some time to download, so we're still working on it. I don't believe I'll have it produced within an hour.
You do not believe that?
No, I don't think so. It's still downloading. The connection is very slow. And the officer is able to view it, but I don't have it where I can see it and I can produce it to defense. The officer has viewed it this morning.
All right, I will pose this to the defense. We can give you another date and that we'll have all this information ready. Or if in fact you want to entertain an offer from the people, I don't know if they're willing to do that since it's going to be adjourned today. But that is that goes beyond my involvement. So at this point.
I did speak with Attorney Rogers regarding an offer, and I understand she's willing to extend the offer previously extended, which was dismissal of the allowing, the suspension, the insurance in exchange to the amended charge of 6 to 10 on the reckless. It's my understanding, though, that Ms. Manier would like to go forward with the
That's
hearing.
fine. We can give you, since this is not a jury trial, we can give you a real quick turnaround date.
Is that correct, Ms. Manier?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me understand this. The people are willing, if it was going to be an adjournment today, to offer the reducing the careless driving to driving 6 to 10 or over.
That's correct, Judge.
And the balance would be dismissed.
That's correct.
All right, counsel. Your client, the people have making I'm not gonna make a judgment on if it's reasonable or not, but she's made an offer. We're gonna, if we have to adjourn, it'll be against all the charges that are available. And we actually can, on that date, the two charges that we have that were not scheduled for trial, we can put this all together and we can take care of all of our cases on the next date.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Manier, would you like to speak with me about the offer off the record before we close this out and get you a new date, a trial date?
No, because like I told you at the end of the day, like I'm not about to just plead guilty to something I didn't do. Yes, I told you.
Ma'am, that is your right, and certainly no one's going to try to twist your arm. Your attorney is there to talk with you and say, this is what we have. She's here to also tell you what, based on her legal experience, what the likelihood of a result would be based on her experience, and describe to you how this can all affect you. Because if in fact you do go to trial on all of these matters, and irrespective of anything you hear me say in the courtroom, I have not made up a decision. I will have to make my decision based on the evidence that comes out in the trial. If the evidence comes out in the trial that suggests beyond a reasonable doubt these things happen, I have no choice but to find you guilty on those matters, ma'am. So you might hear me talking where I might have some questions, but my questions and my thoughts are based on what's on the paper, which is not evidence. The evidence will come from the courtroom. The evidence will come from sworn testimony. And if in fact that evidence convinces me beyond a reasonable doubt, then I have to do what I have to do. So I might have some questions based on what I see on paperwork, but then it gets explained by an officer in the courtroom. Then I have to do where the evidence leads me. So then you have to make a determination of what's your chances of getting by this. If in fact, and unfortunately, some things have come out in this courtroom already, that there is a Secretary of State record out there that shows you did not have a driver's license on that particular date, and it doesn't matter that you resolved it later. Often the prosecution will give people a deal because they have resolved it. But if in fact you want to go to trial, there's no point in them giving you a deal, and that's what they ended up, and that's what they're not planning on doing. So it is totally up to you, and it's totally the valid thing to do is talk with your attorney, have your attorney tell you based on her experience as a lawyer what is likely or what they think is likely to happen. Because even the attorneys, the prosecutor doesn't know what I'm going to do. Your attorney doesn't know what I'm going to do. So you have to have your discussion based on the evidence. What is before us? Now it's already gone on the record that you did not have a valid driver's license. So it would be very difficult for you to win that charge, obviously. And you've indicated you didn't have a driver's license. You got it fixed since then, but the people don't have to honor that because the ticket is about a point in time, and that would be on June the 20th, 2023. Doesn't matter that you might have had a driver's license on June 21st, because you got the ticket for that date. And if that's what goes on the record and there is no driver's license, I have no choice but to find in that way. So beyond that, I am out of it. It is only between you and your attorney and the prosecutor as to how you're going to proceed.
Would you like to step into a break room, Ms. Manier?
Yeah, this is shit so annoying.
All right, ma'am. Now I'm going to find you in contempt of court, and I'm giving you a fine of some money, because you know what? When you decide that you want to start cursing in my courtroom, I will find you in contempt of court, and I might give you a $500 fine for that.
Nobody never cursed. I said this is so annoying.
You said this shit.
No, I did not.
All right. Maybe I misheard. So, in any event, go ahead and take her in the court in the breakout room, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Manier, I'm going to see you in room 4.
Okay, I believe all parties are back.
Yes, Your Honor.
And the verdict is?
I believe Ms. Manier would like to accept the plea offer to the amended count of 6 to 10 over on ticket 892 with the remaining tickets dismissed.
Okay.
Is that correct, Ms. Manier?
Yeah.
Ms. Manier, I made a comment earlier where I thought you said shit. I believe, and I thought that's what I heard. You have indicated that you did not say that, and I accept that I was wrong on that. But I still think I heard that, but I do accept that that's not what you said, and I will never say I'm not fallible. And if I misheard, I apologize to you for saying that that's what I heard. Okay. Do you hear me, Ms. Manier?
Yeah, I hear you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Manier, you've indicated that through your attorney that you want to take advantage of the offer. You'll plead a one count. The balance of the tickets would be dismissed. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yeah.
All right, Ms. Manier, you understand that you do have a constitutional right for the one count and the right to have a a formal hearing for the other counts. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
So, and are you pleading of your own free will, ma'am?
Yeah.
And you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yeah.
Ms. Manier, on the date of June 20th of 2023, this is ticket number P1467389. On that particular date, ma'am, and I'm going to see how this is going to go for factual basis. On that date, were you driving a motor vehicle in the area of Harper and Cadue in the city of Detroit?
Yeah.
Were you stopped by a police officer and cited for driving in a careless fashion?
Yeah.
Now, that's what the officer did, ma'am. Were you driving in a way that might be considered careless? And describe to me what it is what that would be.
Yeah. I was driving careless because I had one hand on the wheel.
Did something occur, ma'am? Was that the officer said something about you had to swerve from striking another vehicle? Is that correct?
Yeah, I don't remember, but yeah.
All right. Well, let's look at this a little differently. You said you don't remember. There's something that is called a no contest plea. If you don't remember something, are you challenging what the officer said when the officer said that you were driving, or you responded in such a way that could have been careless?
Can you say that again?
In other words, ma'am, there's two ways that you can take a plea. One is because you can actually state what happened factually, or if you don't remember or you don't want to plead for some type of other reason, like a liability, you can say, well, I can't remember exactly what it was, or I don't know exactly what it was, but I am not contesting the officer's recitation of what occurred. So I can enter a no contest plea if in fact that's what you're doing.
Okay, we could do that because I honestly don't remember swerving, but I honestly remember me having one hand on the wheel. So if that's careless driving, then, but all the other stuff I don't remember.
Ma'am, what I'm saying is I cannot find that alone, one hand on the wheel, but if you don't remember something that the officer is saying occurred, we can have the officer say it, and then you can just say, I don't remember, and I'm not contesting it. We can do it that way. You understand that, Ms. Rogers?
Okay.
Judge, I do have a question for the court. I'm just not sure. This is a civil infraction. Are no contests allowed on civil infractions?
You don't know what this is, a no contest, but I can't imagine why it wouldn't be if there's a question of memory or something like that.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
We'll put it through, see what happens. We can do it this way. Officer.
And also, just for the record, too, I sent a message to defense, but we do have the dash cam, and it's coming over to defense now.
Oh, okay. So, is that changing?
If I need to explain anything, then that's perfectly fine. I can explain it because the one-handed driving was not what careless was.
Oh, hold on one second, officer. Ms. Rogers, so does that change anything with the respect to how everybody wants to proceed?
Not from the people. The people are, we can put on, the officer can be sworn in and put on the record what was happened here, as there is more than what was on the ticket.
Okay.
Is that
I can still do the based on that, I can still do the no contest. So
Ms. Veneer?
We're gonna do it. We're gonna put it in that way.
Does that change anything for you? Would you like to go forward with the plea? Would you like to talk?
It's fine. I want to go forward with the plea. I want to go forward with the plea.
All right. Officer is Al-Assad Craig?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Well, I don't have to go into every single instance, but what was it that you observed that would be considered careless?
Okay, so she was speeding, which I already previously stated, or was written on the ticket already. I paced her going 40 and 30 mile per hour zone. She swerved over, almost causing an accident because she was on her phone. When I pulled her over, she admitted everything on camera, which is why Attorney Rogers was talking about the body cam. She admitted that she was speeding. She admitted that she was on her phone, and that's what almost caused the accident, which caused her to swerve over. She crossed the limit line at the intersection, which is also another citation. And then when I pulled her over, she had a kid that was not properly restrained in the back seat. So there's a lot of things I advised her on. I could have issued her the citation for holding her phone in her hand while she was driving, which almost caused the accident because she was speeding, and caused her to swerve over because the light was red at the intersection. I did not write her a ticket for the child, but everything she admitted on camera. She knew her license was suspended, so she wasn't even supposed to be behind the wheel driving to begin with.
Okay, all right, I got that. Ms. Manier, are you disputing that?
Nuh-uh, no.
All right, the court will find Ms. Manier responsible for driving 6 to 10 over the speed limit. The other matters are dismissed. Your fine, ma'am, is 6 to 10 over is $135. That was just 6 to 10 over, correct, Madam Prosecutor?
That is correct.
All right, your fine on that is $135. That is a 1 to 5 over is 1.6 to 10 is 2 points. Yes, that is a 2-point ticket, ma'am. The other matters are all dismissed. Your fine is $135. It does have to be paid within 14 days.
I'll pay it today. No problem.
I need you to wait because we just talked about that. It's not in the computer yet, so I need you to pay it tomorrow.
Okay,
when the
that's
computer
fine.
will be updated.
That's fine.
And
too.
when you go out there, you'll see all the other tickets are dismissed.
Okay.
All right. Good luck to you, ma'am. You can sign off.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. All right, Officer Al-Assad Craig.
Yes,
you
Your
stay
Honor.
safe out there. You stay safe out there.
Thank you,
Thank you.
officer.
I appreciate it. You as well. No problem. Have a good day.
You too.
Your Honor.
Yes. Whoever say cool is, he's out here too late. They don't have anything. We'll let them know that. Go ahead, counsel. What were you about to say? I was talking about somebody who's trying to come out on Zoom now. So. Oh, I'm sorry.
I had Kenneth Martin. I spoke to him. His phone kept dropping. He was prepared to plead. And he had said
Hold on
that
one second.
his, sorry.
Hold on 1 second.
Person that just came into the meeting room, what is your name?
Sekou Smith.
You said, what's the last name?
Smith.
What's the name again, sir?
Sekou Smith.
Okay, sir, I think you're in the wrong courtroom. Do you have a ticket number or case number?
Yes.
What is it?
SP1113402.
Say SP11.
SP1511.
Oh, 1511340. They're supposed to be in front of Judge Archer, and it's actually tomorrow, not today. Judge Archer's courtroom 333, I think it is.
I got 2 different court dates.
Well, you're not in our courtroom at all, sir. We don't do go ahead.
All her tickets, anything dealing with the last name of S would be in her courtroom. So let me check.
Can you tell me what my number ID would be?
Yeah, she's in courtroom 333, so it would be 360. 333.
333?
Yes,
okay.
0000.
Okay, they gave me the wrong. That's what they did. All right.
Well,
Yeah,
is your ticket really old, sir? One of them, because this used to be her courtroom.
No, it's fresh. This good and fresh.
All right.
Okay. Actually, it looks like they, for some reason, scheduled. Oh, I was trying to tell him that he was supposed to go today and tomorrow.
Oh,
Oops.
okay. But he didn't sign off. He fell off.
No, he signed off.
Did he? Okay. Well, guess he'll find out tomorrow.
So I'm not sure what to do about Mr. Martin. I lost him. I guess there's nothing I can do.
Nope.
Okay. Well, it was a pleasure. I appreciate your patience today. And may I be excused?
No, we're just gonna hold you for another hour or so. All right. All right, counsel, you be safe.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Crystal, I will see you at 1:30, okay?
All right.
See you tomorrow, Josh.
Yeah, I gotta go do an exam docket this afternoon.
Ew.
What time is it? Oh, 12:32.